has been an honor and a privilege to represent Cecil County Public Schools and the teaching profession this year. I've had the chance to connect with other teachers of the year representing each county in Maryland, and I'm grateful for the experiences, the conversations, the opportunities, the memories that I've had with them. The Maryland Teacher of the Year cohort is a special, once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I've learned so much from each individual county's Teacher of the Year. Caroline County and Montgomery County, they opened my eyes to best practices for English language learners. Charles County shared innovative ways that they're supporting conditional teachers who are currently struggling in the classroom. Frederick County and Montgomery County reminded me of the power of arts in education. Washington County energized me and reminded me of how lucky we are to work in education because our job is a labor of love. Wicomico County reminded me that science matters and our kids need it. On our retreat to Smith Island, I sat around the campfire hearing stories from the other teachers of the year, and I consistently thought, our little county, we're doing things right. Walking through the exhibition hall at the ASCD conference, getting free pens and notepads. The educational companies are selling their products for literacy and, solutions for social emotional learning. And I thought, we do that, we've done that, we tried that, we ditched that, we still do that. And I'm still thinking, our little county, we're doing things right. I attended sessions where new ideas and buzzwords in education were old news for us. We're ahead of the game in so many measures. SEL, science of reading, trauma-informed practices, restorative practices. I thought, our little county, we're doing things right. And when I spent the day at Northrop Grumman, I learned about the importance of embedding STEM in everything that we do with our students. And I saw our students in the eyes of the engineers who are hard at work there today. Our little county, we're doing things right. This past month, going through the Cecil County Teacher of the Year process on the other side, much more enjoyable. But serving on the panel, I've been able to hear the heart and the work of the nominees that we're celebrating tonight. They have so much to say about the work that they're doing with their colleagues day in and day out. They have ideas for changing misconceptions about the teaching profession, and they speak about our little county with great pride. Lindsay wants the community to know that CCPS teachers have a heart for these students. She said that people don't realize that our family is also at the school. Melissa Brown wants to get our community involved to see all the hard work happening in our classrooms. Paula knows that having a love for students goes a long way, and people need to know that. Brian said that getting families involved is huge because the more parents see the school, the more resources they'll want to see in it, and he's right. Brianne wants stakeholders to know that fully funding the budget means that resources for some can be resources for all. And that just because we do so much with so little doesn't mean our schools deserve the bare minimum. Katrina's love for our county shows in her smile. She knows the importance of serving students the way they deserve to be served. Brittany is ready to advocate for our profession, and she promises to push to see the success of our students. Edie is calling for teachers, students, and parents to advocate for more resources. She encourages us to go and speak about our needs for education, and we need to join her. Leachy says that representation matters because the real world is a diverse place, and we need to show this in our workforce. Vidya speaks up. The student's success falls back on us. She reminded us that it's our challenge to give students the resources they need. Education is for all, she said. And she said it with spirit and conviction. Karma knows the influence that literature has on children. Sometimes the books that cause controversy, she says, are the books that teach our children that behind a lot of hurt and harm is the reality that someone was always alone. Catherine reminds us it was an amazing group of nominees. They're the ones who wrote my speech. Catherine reminded us that no child is born the same, and no child can learn the same as another, and that is what teaching is all about. Beth talks about the noise that prevents people from seeing and hearing how deeply teachers care about the children in Cecil County. We're calling our time teaching virtually. We weren't only teaching, but we were doing our parts to help raise these children during a time of unprecedented stress and uncertainty. Erin promotes authentic learning in her daily instruction, and she used her voice to remind us that what we need to teach our students is how to learn, not what to learn, and how to think, not what to think. Jackie doesn't see a problem as a problem, she sees solutions. She sees opportunity. She reminds us to be innovative with her pride, and her pride in CCPS is contagious. Melissa Weiser knows what is important. The work that she does and the decisions she makes are centered around the goal of making sure her students feel safe, successful, and known. Students can't get where they need to be without teachers. And Megan reminded us that promoting teachers is important. Jody reminded us that there is no determination that is greater than when students develop their own. And all the little fires everywhere. That's how Denise put it. Everyone, she says, is giving what they can, more than they can. She urges us to fight for the resources to address mental health needs so that we can get through the day and teach. Stephen challenges us to be an advocate and an ambassador for accurate information. Stephen challenges us to speak up and add stories from our classroom to the numbers that are found in our data. Margie's pride for teaching shines through. Teachers, she says, are always going to do whatever it takes to give our kids whatever they need. She says our community needs to see us as people first and then professionals. Mickey calls for more accountability. When it comes to social emotional learning, she urges stakeholders to follow through on the results of our SEL surveys so that we can meet the needs and measure growth. Michaela says the best way to retain qualified, diverse, and invested teachers is by recognizing and supporting their needs for their students. Heather is a cheerleader for all educators. She tells us that the relationships and the connections go further than 180 days. And just because our students walk out our door in June, it doesn't mean they aren't our kids anymore. Brandon says we are teaching our students how to build themselves up as a human in the world. He acknowledges that we have a hard job, but like Dr. Lawson said, we're family. These nominees are all deserving. Their words and their stories remind us that we do so much with so little because we have to, and because someone has to protect these children, their families, their future, and their well-being. These nominees represent the heart and soul of our little county, and they represent all the reasons that we're doing things right. Thank you so much for the honor of being 2023